I've been talking for 35 minutes and nobody's been able to hear me this whole freaking time. Are you kidding me? Oh no. That's why people keep coming in and leaving. Hi, Summer. Hi, Kim. Oh my word. Thank you for telling me. That is ridiculous. Thank you so much, Summer. I appreciate it. I have been on here for 37 minutes talking my head off. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. I explained about my dress and I explained about what I did to it and how I did it and how I came to it. Oh my gosh. And I explained about this. Well, if you guys have any questions, I will answer them since apparently everything I explained did not show up on this feed. So the first 35 minutes of this is going to be absolutely no sound at all. That is funny and terrible at the same time. Oh, good Lord. What I was saying about this was I used the ice called Magic Glitz. Oh, you found me. Thank you. Uh, yeah, I had to switch phones because the other one, the sound on, I mean, not the sound, obviously, because I didn't have my mic on. The other phone was, it was glitzing. It was glitching and it was buffering and the picture wasn't good, and so I just switched phones. Okay, so that's the Jacob ladder, and what I was saying was, thank you for I'm glad you found me. But apparently my first 35 minutes on here, I was muted. But anyway, so this was originally made when I was a 3X pushing for a 4X, and so it's huge. And I don't know if I'm going to maybe just go ahead and give it away because it's way too big on me now. What I was saying was on this was I stitched up the side. This is just two panels. I stitched up the side and then I put a border on the sleeve. I stitched up the top and I put a border on the neck. And the only way I can tell the difference between the front and the back is because I put a Jacob's ladder on the front and I did not put one on the back. It is a tank top. Why didn't the ones watching just ask why it was quiet? I know. Yeah, nobody told me. Nobody told me. Kim waved, and that's what I got was a wave. It said hi. She said hi, and nobody told me. Yeah, yeah. But thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. Well, I think people were coming in and out, and I actually, if you'll go back and watch the replay, it's really funny. I went through. It is a tank. This one is. Well, it's more of a, yeah, but it's real heavy too. Um, at the beginning of this, I went over all the giveaway in detail. I do have a new giveaway up for August, and it's the details on the magazines we went through, and I go through and I explain and talk about it and give different tips and ideas. Thank you, Summer. I appreciate it. Here's another one that I've made that I'm going to have to adjust. I'm going to have to adjust the top part, but this is an actual tank. And this one was actually a pattern that I got from Crystal at Bag O' Day Crochet. This idea I got from her, but it comes down too far. I've got I didn't consider how it was going to stretch out, so I'm going to probably figure out a way how I want to shorten the sleeves. I mean, shorten the top part of it. But I do like the way this turned out, and I like that stitch. And then I added the border to it myself. She didn't have this on the pattern, but I added a border to it that made it kind of frilly. Okay, let me go back and read your message. How much yarn did it take to make it? Are you talking about the Jacob's Ladder one, or this one, or this one? This one, it only took me, I want to say for this one, it only took me 2 skeins, I want to say, maybe 3, of the Magic Glitz from Ice. But you can also get the 3X one, the Jacob's Ladder one. Okay. I want to say, again, I used the, you're talking about this one. I want to say I used 3 skeins of the Magic Glitz. Let me get that and find out how many yards it is. Because if you don't order from Ice Yarns, you can get similar yarn from Hobby Lobby. And I don't know who else carries it. So let me get down here and pull one out and tell you. Hang on. Oh, come here, you. Okay, so this is whoops. I've got blanket yarn that decided it wanted to go on a trip with me. Okay. So this is what I used for that. And I can't remember if I used 3 or 4 for the 3X top for the Jacob's Ladder. I think these are 100 grams, but I'm not sure about the yardage. Let me go see. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I find a pattern. I usually will use it as a basis, and then I kind of make it my own. I add to it. I never go by. But isn't this pretty? And it's soft too. And the Hobby Lobby one, let me pull the Hobby Lobby one out. Nope, that's not the Hobby Lobby one. I think this is the, who is that? Mary Maxim. Mary Maxim Glimmer. That's another one. It's really soft to work with. But I think it is very pretty, and it's soft to work with too. Um, the Hobby Lobby brand is actually softer, and I think you get more footage in it. They're metallic. I love this yarn metallic. So I did not pay $4.99. I usually will only get their yarn when it's 30% off. I think they've gone up though. I think they're $5.99 now. Um, let's see. We can find the yardage on this one. There we go. Yardage 252 yards. Let me see how many is in this one. Um, come on, work with me here. There we go. The ice yarn. No, I'm sorry. It's called Star Glitz. It says it's a 3-weight, but it's not a 3-weight. It's a 4-weight. It says it's a 3. It's a 4. You know how sometimes they do that? It's actually a 4. I don't know why they're calling it a 3. Let's see if I can find. There we go. There are the specs. So, where are you? Can you guys see that? I knew it was 100 grams. Was it 320? Oh, shoot. What's the yardage on that? That's meters. Calculate. 320 meters. I don't know what the yardage is on that. You have to calculate that. But so I guess you get more, a little bit more with this. So you get about 100 more yards on it than you do with the Hobby Lobby one. But this is great to work with. But yeah, what I did with that one was I went ahead and did it across on the Jacob's Ladder one on my measurements on my side. I keep a measuring tape with me all the time. Because I told you guys the other day that I'm all about numbers. Um, Let's see if I can find where I put this. Did I put it back? Oh, here it is. I want to put it back before I forget where I got it from. This was from a yarn haul that I got a few years ago. I watched. Oh, hang on. I watched. What is her name? I can't remember her name. But the Secret Yarnery, Krista. Krista at the Secret Yarnery. I watched her video, and she has a lot of ice yarn videos to let you know which ones she likes. She shows you what they look like. Sometimes she'll show you a swatch, and I like to follow her. And I give you ideas. Let's see, but yeah, I did use. But she gives you ideas on different things that you might want to try from Ice Yarns because I think she was affiliated with them for a while. I don't know if she still is or not. I would think she is, but with the Jacob's Ladder, it was more forgiving. And when I washed it, it's so soft. It is so soft. All right, I'm going to put my specs back on so I can read your messages. No new messages. All right, let's go back in the living room. I'm not a hoarder. I'm a collector, and everything is organized. This is stuff that was in the top of my daughter's closet that I have to go through. It's all keepsake stuff that I have to sort through. And I always explain these are my boxes that I have to go through, that stuff to sell on eBay. Oh, do I have a cat? Oh, I had a cat in the middle of the floor. I'm going to have to take these off so I can see where I'm going. Boo Boo Kitty's helping me. All right. Yes, this has to be cut up. I cannot believe I went 35 minutes in detail about the books that I'm doing in this month's giveaway. So funny. All right, let me tilt you back down. Well, now I'm exhausted. And now I want to go. That's just disheartening. But even though I'm not talking, you will get a more in-depth detail at the beginning of this live of the what's actually inside the magazine and the books that I'm giving away for August. The winner has not come forward for July. Unfreaking believable. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Have your questions for me next time. Just didn't realize that you started a new live until I tried to comment. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, the other phone that I was using, it was older and it was terrible. I thought it would be okay, but it didn't do good. This one is tried and true. And then my actual this is my actual phone. It's tried and true, but this one, I wear it down all the time. And this is the one that I actually get my phone calls on. I wear it down all the time. So the battery's always low and I have to keep it charged because I'm on it a lot. Try not to be, but anyway, so I'm going to cut up the black bag. So the next time I see you guys on a midnight live, I will be stringing black bags. I've already finished the blue. I've got the yellow that I'm working on now. I'm going to string those up. And then I've got 2 projects over here. I couldn't see through the other phone. I wanted to work with that. Yes, Summer, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I had turned the mic off because when I was switching phones and I forgot to turn it back on. I was like, I've got the little plug in, but yeah, the little green light on the microphone was off. 2 projects I'm working on there. The dark project, I couldn't see through that phone. And I've done it. I've done a live with the dark project before. It was just that phone. The lighting was terrible. It was really dark. And like this one makes everything brighter and it adjusts to the surroundings that you have. There's Copper. Kind of blends in with the background. He's kind of hard. When I see movement, that's when I know he's there because of my eyesight. Oh, yes, definitely. I would let's see. Did you guys see did you see the bag? that I was working on with the Plarn. Did you guys get to see that? I'll go ahead and show you. This is the bag that I'm working on with the blue right now. I use the white as an accent. Here's where I connect it. And I want to string up all my bags before I work on any more Plarn because I want to be able to constantly, because it goes fast. You run out fast. So I want to make sure I've got enough to finish everything. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is going to be this is the flap. This is the inside, and of course, because it's the plastic, it's waterproof. Every time I've made two really big one beach totes and sold them in my Etsy shop, and they go fast. When I finish this, I'm going to have a wooden toggle down here, and I'll have the plastic to wrap around the wooden toggle. You don't even have to line it, which is great. And I've got to make handles on it, and you can fuse it on there with heat. I stitch it on there and then I go back and I fuse it. And then the bottom of this particular bag, I don't normally do this, but with the bottom of this bag, I actually stitched with yarn to reinforce it because the plastic does stretch over time. And so I reinforced the bottom with yarn so that it wouldn't stretch, or so anything wouldn't fall out of it. You can manually brighten your screen, or if you have the Google or Siri on it, you can tell it to do it. I couldn't on the other one because it was so old, and it was of lesser value, so it didn't have the features that this one has, or this one, or my regular phone. My regular phone is what I make my actual videos on, and I love it because I have a really good editing program that I use on the other phone. This one I use as a backup, and the other one I used for the first time. I'd never used it before, and yeah, it was no good, no good. But this one and my regular phone are great. But anyway, so yeah, so and I have written down the pattern for this one, I think, so that I can share it with you guys once I start actually working on it. And I've got a I was telling you guys the other night that I've got it's a toothbrush and toothpaste holder that my daughter had. I had made for her. I've got to figure out, where did I put it? I think it's in the craft room. Let's go into the craft room, shall we? We have to go through. Let me turn the fan on. Matson's room to get to the craft room, because the craft room is on the other side of the house. Don't look at the mess. I have it sort of organized. I think I was going to see if I had it on my table. The other thing that I've made, this is a haul of stuff I've got to, from where I'm going to start doing. I'm going to try to start doing jewelry again. It's going to take me longer to do it than normal because of the vision thing. But this is some of the wiring that I've gotten. Let's see. Oh, I do have it in here. Okay, so you wanted to know what else I've made with the Plarn. Okay, oops, I am dropping everything. This is something else that I made. This was her toothbrush holder. And let's see. Okay, this is the back and the front, or is that just the front? I don't know if you can see it or not. There we go. I've got little plastic dragonflies that I've attached as I was crocheting with it. Yeah. And then it's got a drawstring like this. So yeah, so when she would go to daycare, because they were teaching them how to brush their teeth after their meals, this was very distinctive. She was the only one that had one like this, and it's got the dragonfly plastic beads on it in various places on both sides. And this would hold her toothbrush and her toothpaste. And then you just pull the drawstring and I would tie it up. But yeah, that was something else that I made with this. No, I don't know what else I'm going to do yet. The bags are the only thing that I've really worked on, but yeah, this was something that I thought would be cute for her. And this was easy peasy, let me tell you. Yes, and that was something that I thought about too for traveling. And you can make bigger ones too, I would think, for like a makeup kit or something like that. A smaller, I mean, a bigger bag maybe to carry makeup in, so that way, or even shampoos and conditioners. So if it leaked, it would be okay. You would just put it through the water and rinse it out, and then let it dry naturally. You couldn't put it in the washing machine, but I mean, you could. Yeah, you can stick it in the shower and wash it off. But yeah, so that's the two things that I've made with it. I made beach totes, and then I made, oh, there's another one of the dragonflies. I've got some unicorn beads like this, and I've got some rainbow beads, and let's see what else I got. I think turtles and fish and things like that. So I thought about doing that. If I do it, I'll do a tutorial on these so you guys can see, because I do plan on doing a tutorial on that. Let me put my specs on so I can see your messages. Easy wash, just my style. Yeah, yeah. So, okay, so I don't know if I got to show you guys this the other night or not, because Matson's room, like I said, is connected to this. Now you can go through the laundry room to get in here through the kitchen, but it's easier just for me to go straight through her room. But she's not going to be here after Friday, so I can just come in anytime I want to. Those two boxes are filled with Plarn balls. That's Plarn balls. Those are strips to cut into circles so that I can string them. And these are Plarn balls. I told y'all I had a lot. White, the blue, some black. I'm working on the yellow right now. Underneath is some brown. I have to put this on here because I have windows in here. That's very bright, and the sun will fade it. That is a bag full of Plarn that I've strung up that has, I think it's all brown and gray. Yes, it's all brown and gray balls to work with. So I want to finish cutting and stripping those three boxes, and then the black box I've got in the living room, before I start actually doing stitching again. Craft tables to take to shows. I've got two of those. Yarn, 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 yarn. Cross stitch, cross stitch, cross stitch, cross stitch, cross stitch, cross stitch. Um, that is, I don't think I've ever shown this part of the room. Uh, Patterns for, because I was going to be a nurse, patterns for scrubs and clothing. And then there's my latch hook. And then there's where I was into painting, my sewing boxes when I was into that. These are bags for my craft shows. This is stuff for y'all's giveaway. Yarn, 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 stuffing, 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 giveaway books, more stuff I got to go through. Yeah. And then beads, findings, beads, beads, findings, beads, findings. Yeah. Told y'all I'm a collector. I wish I could put this stuff in my closet, but y'all saw my closet. It, yeah. And my daughter, it's so funny. The other day, she looked and she saw my Garfield collection. She goes, "Mom, what am I going to do with all this?" I said, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "When you're gone," she's talking about when I pass away. "What am I going to do with all these Garfields?" I said, "Well, honey," I said, "I'm not going to keep them. They're vintage. I'm probably going to sell them, and I'm going to start a separate Etsy shop and sell them because they're vintage, and they're worth a lot." And she was wondering, oh, y'all, hi, you gotta go outside, or do you just want me to pick you up? He cannot stand it. Y'all know he can't stand it when I'm on the talking to my phone. You're not supposed to be in here. What are you doing in here? Come on, let's go outside. You go in the kitchen? He says, "No, mommy, pick me up. Come on." I wasn't planning on staying on here with you guys for that long. So that's where I started cutting up the bags. I have to do that off camera. And then there's my yellow I gotta finish stringing. And that's a boo-boo kitty. We're not gonna string her. We're not gonna string you, are you, darling? Yeah, pretty girl. See my mama kitty. See my boo-boo kitty. She can fit in anything tiny. She cracks me up. All right. Come on, I know you gotta go. Come on. Oh, he's not tapping. Come on. No. Oh, here's a purse I made. It has worn out. I've been wearing and using this thing for years. This is the yarn that's in the July giveaway. Um, yeah, it's 2 bolsters of yarn that you use with the big hook in July's giveaway. So this got the flap, and then I've got magnetic pieces on either side. But I take this thing everywhere. I've made it about 3 years ago. I've worn the heck out of it. And the stitches are so tight I don't have to have a lining on it. And this is a rest for my daughter's arm, and this is Ramsey's little blanket he lays on. Say, Mommy, I want some attention. Oh, hang on, I got another message I gotta read. Is expanded to under your bed. You collect everything. Oh, okay. Garfield and Disney? I call myself a collector. Yes, my daughter says I'm a borderline hoarder. That's what my daughter says. Y'all want to see my Garfield? I've got a box of Garfield underneath my craft table over there. And then I've got Garfield on the walls, all in there. They're all throughout the house. Garfield's all throughout the house. But my bedroom, okay. These were given to me by her daddy, baby daddy. It was full of chocolate. He could decide which one to get me, so he got me all 4. Of course, there's no chocolate in them now. I made the curtains. The curtains are Garfield. You come in this corner. Now they're all hairy because I have not dusted or cleaned them in a really long time. I've got those pinned to the wall. That's a scarf. That's a hat. I did have some underwear there. I did have some underwear there. What have I got? There's more Garfields. Where else are they? Okay, they're not there. Let's see. Where are the other ones? Garfield. Okay. So here it begins. Garfield. Slippers and phones and stuffed animals and toothbrushes and gardening tools. Yeah, that's what most of this is. Just about all of it is classic Garfield. Let's see. And then over here, I've got bumper stickers. And then up here, I have cross stitch kits of ones that I've done. And then these are pictures that I colored and laminated from a coloring book. And then I've got more here. And then I have a 3-foot dirty one down here. That's from where it's been sitting in the corner. It needs to be cleaned. Let's see, where else have I got Garfield? I've got Garfield in the bathroom. I had Garfield all in the bathroom too. I had little Garfields. Oh, hi. You can see me. Hi, this is my neck piece that I'm talking to you guys on. So I had 4. Where are you? I had 4 Garfields, but I kept falling down. So I had 4 of these hanging up. Each one had a different face and a different message on it, hanging up on my my bathroom mirror right up there. I had 4. Oh, there's 2 up there still. But over time they have fallen down. Oh, there's a Garfield soap dispenser up there. But yeah, and then I've got tons of Garfield mugs, and I don't collect them anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna be. I will get rid of them over time. But all my stuff is organized. Everything has its place. I think if you're considered, that's crafting stuff that a friend of mine gave me. She's not doing shows anymore, so it's like resin pieces and things like that of stuff I need to work with. And so I'm going to go through my album collection and pull out the ones I don't want anymore. My daughter said, don't give them away. We have what's called a McKay's here, where you can take media like albums, CDs, books, video games, and things like that, and they will give you money for it. So I told her I'd go through and I'm going to go pull out the ones that I don't want anymore. And she said, don't do that. She said, let me go through them because you don't know my taste in music and I may want them. That's my tent for when I do craft shows. No Garfield over there, cat tree. She wants me to get rid of it because they've really ripped it apart, but they still use it. Let's see. Pictures of her. No Garfield in here. I don't think there's Garfield in here. Garfield. I'm using a pencil holder and a chip clip. And over here, I have. Oh, I have. This is what I'm making her for dinner. I have a mat, Garfield mat. I have Garfield cutting board on the wall, which I don't use because it's just for show. Yeah, he's all throughout the house. He's all in my craft room. Do I have Fluffy Garfield? What is Fluffy Garfield? I stopped collecting about the time that they came out with the movie where Bill Murray does the voice of Garfield, and I had a couple people. Let me turn the light on. I had a Oh, he's barking. That means Matson's probably on her way home. I had a couple people give me the stuffed Garfields that were from the movie. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, this is from the Garfield movie that was, I guess, about 10, 15. Oh, it had to be. See, Matson's 18, so at least 18 years ago when that came out. Let's see. Small collection of games and the units to play them on myself. Sort of like, oh, something else I have over here. I forgot about this. I have a Garfield magazine collection down there that you guys can't see, but the whole thing is Garfield books, or Garfield books and magazines. I think do I have them up here too. No, that's my Twilight collection. Let's see. He fluffed himself to look all cute. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't think I have one like that. There's one I have where he's wearing a lampshade and he is considered it says party animal, but he actually wears a lampshade. And I know that one's like worth $175. It's not what I paid for it, but that's what it's worth as a collector. And I think the Fisherman's a collector one. I have one that's a soccer player. It's a collectible one. I've got like cups and mugs, and they did a Garfield macaroni and cheese, a Garfield SpaghettiOs. They're empty. I just saved the can, and it doesn't have actual food in it. And then over here, I had like Garfield Fun Pops. Those still have the Fun Pops in it. But no, I don't think I saw the fluffy one. That was your mom's favorite Garfield, the fluffy one. Yeah, I don't have a fluffy one. That was actually from a what was that from? That was from it was a folder, a school book folder, and I cut it out and pinned it to the wall. And then a couple years ago, my daughter made this for me because she works with some beads. She did this for me for a coaster. So cute. She made that for me. What do you call it? It's called Candy. They call it Candy. There are all kinds of bracelets with the designs and stuff on it. But yeah, she made me this. And she made me like a mini keychain too that I use that I'm worn out. But oh goodness. Okay, so the dress that I made, I'll show you the yarn that I used on that. Thank you. Yeah, she's just I love my daughter so much, y'all. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna miss her so much. I was looking to see if I'm this is the yarn I used to finish off that dress, the sugars and cream, just in the white. I was trying to find, I know I've got more of that Baltic. I don't have it in that color, but I was gonna show it to you, but I'm afraid if I pull one of these down while I've got the phone thing on my neck that it's gonna just collapse. My wall will collapse because I have everything up here in a certain way. There's more blanket yarn, and this is all the stuff to make my plushies. Everybody's doing plushies, so I wanted to do something different. Um, and this is like really, really thin plush yarn. I think 7 months before her sister was born. We were raised with the love of Garfield and most of the books. Yeah, same here. My sister actually in the 80s, in the early 80s, she was a collector of Garfield, and I wasn't interested in it. Oh, that reminds me. I wasn't interested in it. So I originally started collecting. Those are projects that I finished for market. Um, I started collecting. Oh, I don't have it in here. I thought I had it in here. Um, Stationery. We used to have a store here called Rite Aid, which we don't have the Rite Aids anymore. I don't know if they went out of business or whatever, but we don't have them in my area anymore. So I started collecting. I have a box full of stationery I've collected, Garfield stationery and envelopes and things like that, and stickers. And that's how I started this whole thing. And it wasn't until 90, 98, 99, I discovered eBay. eBay had just come out. Amazon wasn't a thing yet. In fact, I think Amazon was starting out. They were auctions as well until they became an actual retailer. Um, I started out with the auctions on eBay, and I started winning all these bids, and I was getting like oodles and oodles. I'm taking the dog out. Oodles and oodles of um, oh, auctions that I was winning like dirt cheap. So I was like, oh, awesome. So then I started collecting, and then I couldn't stop. Because, like I said, I'm a collector. I get to where I really like something and I'm going to get it. I'm going to get a lot of it. All right, backyard. There we go. Go, buddy. This is my backyard. So I told you guys I have cows on 3 sides of me. That's my air conditioner. So I have cows on this side. You can kind of see them, I think, the white cows. And then I have cows on this side of me. And then the landlord's over there. And I have a tree falling down in my yard last year that the landlord will not come and cut up. And I can't do it. My car, my carport. I have one neighbor, and they are awesome. They've been my neighbors for, let's see, like 13 years now. And then I'll take you up front. He's not going to go. All right, I'll take you up front. Matson's off with her, one of her friends having dinner. She's got to take the trash can up. So this is the front of my yard. And then I live on a drive that has 2 houses on it. And then if you come down the drive right here, I'm the last house on the drive. And then that's my neighbor's house. And then over here, again, cow pastures, my front porch. Um, but yeah, I don't see any of the cows out right now. I've got on sock feet. I want to see if I can come out here so I can show you guys. And then they have chicken coops. Got to come and mow on Wednesday. Oh, there's some cows out that way. I think you can kind of see them in the distance. And they have chicken coops on the other side of that barn that they use for eggs. They were one of the people that was not affected by the whole egg shortage thing. So they made bank during the whole egg situation. I think they're speeding up the process of chickens so that they can lay eggs more. And the chickens are getting fat fast, which is how they produce chicken meat anyway, is they pump them with hormones so they'll grow faster than normal. But they weren't affected at all by the whole egg shortage thing. Like I said, they were, I'm sure they were making bank, especially when the eggs got up to like $8 a dozen. I've noticed they've come down. I think at my Aldi's they're like $3 a dozen now. Oh, I lost most of you. I've been on longer than I was expecting to be on here. But yeah, my little country house. But yeah, Matson's wondering what all she's going to do with all my stuff. And I said, well, I've got, I'm going to use up my yarn, so you won't have to worry about that stuff. I said, well, what are you going to do with my yarn that's left away? She said, well, I'm going to take it and I'm just going to give it away. And I said, no, you can't just give it away. So I told her, I said, yeah, I've got enough that, you could make some money on it, but she didn't want to deal with that, which is fine. Come on. Where'd you go? Oh, he's ready. Ready to go in the house? Are you waiting for me? That's my door is metal on the other side of that, and that is rust. There we go. All right. Oh, kitty cat's waiting to go out. All right, guys, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go make myself something to eat. Oh, I got another message. You're listening on your doggy leash. Ah, I'm so glad. Thank you. All right, I am gonna end this now. You have a Garfield blanket, a couple of Garfield blankets around here somewhere. I don't think I have any Garfields on the wall. This is where I film from my desk and everything. My mother-in-law lamp. But anyway, so it's my little crafting seat. I'm so glad you guys joined me today. And yeah, take some time and go back to watch the first 30 minutes of this. Even though you can't hear me, you'll be able to see in detail what's inside the giveaway magazine and the books. Will your craft stuff to a crafting group? That's a good idea. Thank you. You too. Yeah, in fact, I've got this is a box that's going to the school. It's full of three ring binders, and then all the stuff that she's got an extra of for school that people have given her over the past couple of years. We're going to pack all that up and take it to my local our local elementary school because the teachers are always needing stuff. That's another box full of books that I've got to sell on eBay. But anyway, all right, guys. Thank you for watching and listening to my rambles and watching while I wasn't rambling, while you couldn't hear me rambling. And I will check my microphone next time, Summer. Y'all have a good night. The dog is going crazy. Oh, I'm going to go eat. Love you. Thank you. I love you guys. Bye.